me. Recipes in the kitchen, I make the best of me. Less of me, you will never see. Ha, nigga, you will never see. Recipes in the kitchen, to make the best of me. Gotta be solid to the death of me. Recipes in the kitchen, I make the best of me. Less of me, you will never see. Ha, nigga, you will never see. Recipes in the kitchen, to make the best of me. Every bar getting packed, we bout to open the tap. Just feel the fire when you throwing them back. I'm multiplying if I'm holding a stack. It's in my hands, right? Supplying headphones and a track. We need some bands, right? I'm clean as whistling, penciling up my plans now. Dressing up for office, it stands out. Let's get a flow, parading all through your city.
Y'all get the likes up, man.
Fine with the goal.
Y'all get the likes up, man. Let's go.
I'm gonna give it to you straight. Let me break it down for you niggas, man. Yeah, check it. I was open to plenty plans. Made a bunch of deals with niggas, shit plenty hands. I stand on my motherfucking 2 feet, that's too deep. Niggas rather swim in the shallow part with some supervision. That shit just caused division. And when it's purpose driven, you the type of nigga rather work and get it. Don't mean I hurt no feelings. Certain villains just built different, they respect it though. One thing for sure, they look up to bro. Bro that made his network grow. So, pop a pill and take it slow. Let the smoke burn till it's your turn to get some M's. You niggas just like some gems. You don't want no pressure with that half-ass effort. Trying to come talk to the boss and ain't no numbers involved. Don't hit my number at all. I'm with my son playing ball. I'm with my wife spinning chips. You niggas salty, I see it. Heard me talking about it, but ain't believe I could be it. Damn. I was open to plenty plans. You know. Cross my heart, hope to die. I was open to plenty plans. Man, they overlook how I'm coming, that's from lack of vision. Precise with every move, attack with precision. That bastard is different. So if you ever interfere in the casket you getting, I ain't naming no niggas. Trying to throw shade just to play. The shame of you niggas. I keep the heat up on the hip if you can't keep your cool. You could get whipped like grade school. I'm making dollars move. I don't plan on working this year. I'm just gonna call the shots. Like Sonny in the Bronx. I might set up the block. With my shit in reverse. They don't wanna fuck with the guard. I'ma take him to church. Make his ass soul search until he find what he missing. In the meantime, I'ma be getting every dollar that's owed. The game is not to be told, just to be sold on my soul. I was open to plenty plans and niggas flaked on your man. Now it's lobster with every meal. I oversee every deal. I was open to plenty plans. I was open to plenty plans, man.
Killer. N.O.
I'm here.
You already know.
You know.
Look, they love it when we talk that gangsta shit. Stick on my hip, bang them hammers that you came here with. We came to trip.
And you looking like a plane ticket. My niggas wicked. You better be as fast as Ricky when we start hitting.
They love it when we talk that gangsta shit. Stick on my hip, bang them hammers that you came here with. We came to trip.
And you looking like a plane ticket. My niggas wicked. You better be as fast as Ricky when we start hitting on the ball. You know. In order God, I'm usually on some peace shit, but now I'm on some creep shit. Fuck it, it's time to eat shit. Middle of the street with guns out like what a beef. I'm cooking up any nigga who's sizzling out they CP. That talk, get your ass ripped apart. Better learn to play your part, for them two start to spark, and your mama start to weep once you cover with them sheets. What you say was cheap, the price on your head was steep. Sleep, well nigga, welcome to hell nigga. Call me the fireman, I'm hot as a frying pan. Looking like Iron Man, get pressed like dress pants. No slacking, come get your man, for I have him in the van. Toe tag, ain't talking fans, that's cap, I'm talking straps. What's that? You get clapped from the back, niggas whack as a quack from a duck. You get plucked, talking this, that and what. Niggas know about it, no,
they
that's
love it when we talk that gangsta shit. Stick on my hip, bang them hammers that you came here with. We came to trip.
And you looking like a plane ticket. My niggas wicked. You better be as fast as Ricky when we start hitting.
They love it when we talk that gangsta shit. Stick on my hip, bang them hammers that you came here with. We came to trip.
And you looking like a plane ticket. My niggas wicked. You better be as fast as Ricky when we start hitting.
Let's get it, let's get it. Breaded and weak niggas know. Let's see it about that. Been playing with guns since a youngin' nigga. Check the stats. Rid of me that. I'm just trying to push this pack. I'm getting money and them haters know I stay strapped. I'm stating facts, bust them hammers with my nigga rap. He in the feds, not for murder, but from pushing packs. Don't be no bitch, I fuck with blood niggas and them crips. Off the hip when it's spark, niggas better not trip. Loose slips never survive, nigga, keep it zipped. Or get zipped up in a body bag for being a bitch. I ain't gon' say snitches, should've known what this came with. Bust them hammers who you came here with. Cause on that lick, one of my niggas could've got whacked quick. We all survived, I never raise a hand and testify. I'm really in the field, my niggas, so ride or die. You bound to get smoked trying to go fuck with them guys, nigga, no lie.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We in the building, man. Shannon with y'all, man. Look, we got a good one today, man. We got a good one. We got a good one. We got a good one. I had to come tap in, man, with y'all, man, with this Nolan Wells case, man. I had to come tap in, man. I had to. Welcome to the channel, man. Siggity Sam in the building. Y'all get the likes up. Please subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Share me out if you can. But look, though, it's a lot that's been coming out these last couple of days, and I want to like speak on some stuff. I'm not gonna be on here too long, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on here for a minute, but not too long. But I want y'all to know this though. I got a lot of questions about certain things that's happening, and I got some type of like understanding of their philosophy on how they trying to like manipulate the public. I'm gonna get into all of that. We're gonna most definitely get into the Officer Tatum interviews. I wanted to do 1-on-1, then 2. I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna wait for 2. And when 2 come out, I'm gonna do a whole show on 1 and 2 and throw some extra in there, you know what I'm saying, for my crowd. Now, this the thing though. The main questions that I got about what happened to Nolan, you have to get an overall, you know what I'm saying, understanding of everything that's been transpiring and that's been happening. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep up with the story to know when they come in with some news, you know what I'm saying, ish, to make it to where they throwing us off. It's been weeks. People been investigating and talking about how, you know, this is the angle that we should take because these boys was the last ones that got the answers to what really happened to Nolan, right? Now, all of a sudden, you got a witness that come out and say, hey, I seen Nolan have an altercation. We witnessed this altercation happen. Okay. And then you got all of a sudden 2 witnesses come out and say, well, we seen what happened also. And then we was on Horn Island after the time frame that everybody been watching online as far as what's being reported. We was on Horn Island around this time and we seen those alive. If y'all was on Horn, why nobody ain't been speaking up? That's the question I want to know. Why ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, been speaking up about the whole situation? Like, as far as being witnesses, why nobody ain't been saying that? The more pressure that's being applied, the more reason you'll have to defend yourself, right? When you in a position to where like you're being accused of something, if you really didn't do it, there's no point of proving you didn't do it. It's like a wait and see game, because only time will tell of what you've been accused of and you really didn't do it. You'll go to extra lengths of anything that you can do possibly outside of saying, oh, I would say the wrong thing and they may assume I did it. No, hell no. If I know I ain't do something, I'm going to speak up and say, man, I ain't do that shit, bro. Man, nah, man, I ain't do that, man. No, hell no. The gaps in the story, his cell phone being left with y'all. He didn't want to get on the boat, but leave his phone with y'all. Saying, get on the effing boat, get on the effing boat. I wouldn't be surprised if the altercation was somebody that was on that boat. Why would he not want to get on the boat if that's who he rode in with and y'all leaving? It's a lot of questions that need to be answered. They're leaving the public in suspense. So my whole thing is, if I would have really did it, right, I'll only be trying to rebuttal anything that's being thrown my way to prove my innocence. So however it come at me, I have to adjust to create a story or a timeline or whatever piece that I feel, oh shit, they close right there. I need to prove this. Or if I'm guilty, I'm trying to stay ahead of the story. I'm trying to seem like the victim outside of the person that's actually doing this. I don't want to seem like the person that's not focused as far as what he as far as what they doing, right? I don't want to lose y'all. I need y'all to stay with me because you gotta think like a criminal in a way. So it's like, if I know I did this, I'm listening to my parents. I'm gonna stick to the story. Don't switch the story. Get the timeline to the story down. These boys been being coached. They've been being coached because every reason of a question that we need an answer to, we're not getting it. But any questions that we have an answer to prove their innocence, we getting all of those answers. Oh yeah, Nolan was in the pool with us. That was in June 27th. Okay, fair enough. That still don't mean y'all didn't kill him on that island. Or we called the Coast Guards and we called the towboat in. If y'all called the towboat in and called off the Coast Guards, and then the tow, when they come, they really didn't have a reason to enter y'all boat, search y'all boat, none of that. Y'all just told them probably we just need a tow. So I'm pretty sure none of those guys entered that boat. And if they did, which y'all probably was prepared for, I feel y'all moved this body. This all alleged, right? I feel y'all moved this body. And if y'all moved this body, where y'all moved this body to if y'all in the middle of the water? Y'all moved it to the same boat that was across from y'all, filming y'all like as if y'all was sinking, waiting on the tow. So you got Wyatt. I had to do the whole research on that. So it's Wyatt who's on the phone with the tow company while this video playing. How we know y'all didn't tell him to sit right there during the time of this video? And exactly when does the time of that video happen? Because if it happens during the time that he's really on the phone with the toe, y'all started that video after y'all moved his body into the boat where that's recording y'all, like y'all trying to like it's too textbook. Y'all trying to show the whole boat and everybody on the boat, but the person across from the boat is on the boat that Nolan body probably was on. Yeah, I don't want to lose y'all. I don't want to lose y'all. But the boat that took this picture and this short video, literally scanning the whole boat, and they all spread it out. When for the 4th of July, people be scrambling again and everybody all separated throughout. No way. We in a clique, we talking, motherfuckers like shooting out. Ain't nobody like wave at the videos, said nothing to like, you know what I mean? Come on, y'all. If motherfuckers not even talking to each other. It was so much commotion. Now everybody had it like it was come on, man. Come on, man. Is it just me? Am I tripping? It was scripted. It was scripted. You can look at the video and tell the video was scripted. Man, I ain't gonna stress this to y'all. But look though, we gonna man. We starting right here tonight, y'all. Let me see. We starting, yo. We gonna. Yeah, we gonna start right here. Yeah, we gonna start right here. Man, like I'm bugging. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, bro. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna break it down as we go through it. I don't want to stress it too much. That was just my monologue to open up the show, but I got a good one for y'all, man. Y'all get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up, please. Please. You know what I'm saying? Shut alive if you can. Shut alive if you can. Please get the likes up, please. It's highly appreciated. It's highly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. We're gonna start off with Nancy Grace, though. Let's see how she coming right quick, because this has something to do with a supposedly altercation that's just all of a sudden coming out. They're gonna show you, man, there's more to the story that we don't know. Because it's like, oh man, we got 3 new witnesses. All 3 of them seen Nolan. One of them said they seen him in an altercation. 2 of them said they seen him on Horn Island after the boat then left. The other one said, the first one said that they seen him on the boat fighting, or somewhat like, you know what I mean, altercation, and they got back to land and they got off the boat or something like that. Right? And then they see him, 2 more witnesses said they seen him on the island. That's credible stand-up citizens of this community. Let's get into the altercation first, and then we go get into the juicy.
Bombshell tonight in the Nolan Wells investigation. A mystery altercation emerges, and not with the guys that took him to the island on the boat. Does this change things? We cannot ignore it. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us. A gathering place for a witch hunt. We want the truth about what happened to Nolan Wells. We are here to convict no one yet. And if evidence of a mystery altercation with other young men arises, we are pursuing it. Dave Mack, what do we know about some mystery altercation? We think after the Triton left Horn Island.
Nancy, this is a mystery altercation that is being described through social media as something that took place around 5 p.m. that day. This is 30 minutes after the Triton already left. And in this particular account, a Bertram boat was seen leaving shortly afterward at a high rate of speed. Now, this social media conversation claims that a person, one of the passengers, pretty certain Nolan Wells, was part of a group that was, quote, almost fighting around 5 p.m.
Bip, 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 bip. Whoa, wait. Hold on, Nellie. Did you say 5 p.m.?
Klondike hits you with brutal cold.
Okay.
So y'all know where Nancy about to go with this, right? You got to know where Nancy about to go with this, because you saying that he was in an altercation with a group of friends around 5 p.m., but the Triton had left at 4:31. Huh. How the boat leave at 4:31 and he's still getting an altercation with his friends? They was there. Let's go.
The reason I jumped
One of the passengers, pretty certain Nolan Wells, was part of a group that was, quote, almost fighting around 5 p.m.
Bip, 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 bip. Whoa, wait. Hold on, Nellie. Did you say 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. The reason I jumped in, Dave Mack, is because 5 p.m., if Nolan was seen in an altercation at 5 p.m. on Horn Island, that's after the Triton, had already left. Let's see the boat, control room. We're talking about the boat leaving Horn Island. That boat. Had that boat already left when this altercation occurred? Dave Mack, that's a yes, no.
Yes.
Listen.
But the person said in the DM to another kid that is associated, not any of the kids that I interviewed to talk to, but that could be associated to some degree, that knew Nolan, that this person wrote a message saying, me and my husband saw you arguing with Nolan, and to the effect of, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Nolan and another person that he may have been in an argument with, to me, are people that need to be investigated.
Guys, let me first introduce Cheryl McCollum, Colgate's Investigative Research Institute founder.
I think Tatum trying to clear his name on certain things right there, because I think allegedly, I think it's Bart. Bart, the only one that he haven't spoke out, and they say he like a really good punter or kicker or something like that with the football team. So he a jockey. Says daddy was a jockey. He was a kicker also, but that's crazy just to be a part of it. Sometimes, you know, the kickers don't be all corny. Look at Pat McAfee. You know what I mean? That's facts. But at the end of the day, how can you say someone text someone else's phone and told them, we seen you, we seen what happened, you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, but nobody want to disclose, but Tatum ain't going to disclose who this person is, because I believe it's Bart. I'm only a legend, because at this time he the only one that haven't spoke out, and then his name, and then they say it on the boat, damn it, Bart. So I think Bart was the one who really got into it, probably with him, accidentally probably killed him. I don't think he probably did it intentionally, and he got all his white buddies, because this how spring, you know, this how they do it up there. We're gonna get into that too, because the harassment that they so-called saying they going through is all lies. It's lies. Them boys walking around that town famous than the motherfucker right now, and we're gonna get into that also. But let's let Nancy cook a little bit. I'm gonna let Nancy cook a little bit, man, and then we're gonna get into something else real fast. But I want y'all to hear a little bit more of this.
Let that sink in at coldcasecrimes.org. She's a star of a hit podcast that I have listened to on loop, by the way, Cheryl McCollum. Everyone has been focusing on the young men. Before I even get to the merits of this, where I meant to go with this is everyone has been focusing on the young men that were on the boat that took him to Horn Island. Then we get this audio that we're trying to corroborate, where seemingly in the background, you hear them talking about trying to revive Nolan Wells on the boat. Is that even real? We don't know yet. Or has it been doctored? Trying to find out. I've got experts telling me, renowned experts, by the way, it's real, and renowned experts saying it's not real. It's just like a trial, right? Where it's expert v. expert. Who's telling the truth?
Sure.
I wanted to talk about this mystery altercation. If it happened at 5 p.m., that boat was already gone. Now,
Well,
as
you're
much
right.
as some people want to hang the young guys on the boat, I want to make sure we hang the right person. If there is a mystery altercation after that boat lift, we need to be investigating that altercation.
Well, you're 100% right, because the three young men that are, at least the people are saying are involved in this, that went there with Nolan Wells, there's a specific timeline
Put
from
him
what
up.
I read.
Put him
They
up.
needed assistance on their boat. They left at 4:30.
You
They had
just
called
gave me a
Cito.
chill
So
down my spine.
if
You
so,
can't
if there
introduce
is
something because people say, I don't care what people say on either side.
No.
They mean nothing to me. What?
Nancy, that's the problem when we have things like podcasts today and people who are not qualified to talk about serious things like this. They're not experts. They want to get likes. Law enforcement is going to keep information
He
close to the
said
vest.
he saw the DMs. I don't have
Okay,
a
so what does that
reason
mean?
to think
that's
he
not
didn't
legitimate.
see the DMs. Now,
See?
many people are arguing that he has taken a side. We have not taken a side. I'm on the side of finding out why everybody got back to the mainland except Nolan Wells.
Well,
And
listen,
nobody
these
saw
are
anything.
teenagers.
Nobody knows.
Now, this the thing. See, Nancy know that audio can be, it's not groundbreaking proof. Nancy know this. So she like, okay, that's a start. We got to build off of this. This how she thinking. We got to build off of this. So how we build off of this? By saying it's an altercation that caused this to happen. We need to investigate the altercation. Like I told you, bit by bit gonna keep coming out, because it's like as if the public is solving this case outside of anybody else. It's hard for the detectives to do their job because the case is so big, right? So at the end of the day, they online listening and paying attention just like everybody else. But this the thing. If Nancy know she had her own audio engineer producer break down the audio and she got what she got, she knows it's true. Now what she's doing is trying to crack the foundation of what really happened. And then now all of a sudden, we speaking of an altercation now. It wasn't no altercation at first. Officer Tatum did say something about an altercation because of someone who texted the person who had the altercation with Nolan. Someone texted that to their phone, right? Which means he got a picture or idea of who it was. And it's like everybody knows just what happened and who he got into it with, but nobody's saying nothing. It's like they're looking for a whistleblower. They all looking for somebody to blow the whistle on who got into it, because that's the person everybody gonna want to hear from. The public gonna want to hear from. They know this. So they trying to keep it a mystery, but the questions and the buildup is going to make it to the point where that's the next step. That person is going to come out. And that person is going to be accused. And that person is most likely going to be Bart. Let's get back into this right quick. Just a little bit more.
Anything. Just like Tupac Shakur got shot on the strip.
Nancy,
Vegas,
these are
and we still don't know what happened. Nobody saw a thing. That's BS.
These are
What?
young men hanging out. It's not unusual one may stay behind to hang out with other people. None of that is unusual for teenagers partying and having a good time. So that fact alone doesn't
Morse,
mean anything. What?
Where's your cell phone? Where is your cell phone? And try not to lie. Where's your cell phone?
Okay. Right here.
Oh, really? Because here's mine. So you want to tell me Nolan Wells stayed behind and his cell phone went without him? I understand. Don't everybody start screaming that he didn't want to get it wet. Of course he didn't want to get it wet. But there's ways around that. You can go put it on shore in your shoe like everybody else does to hide it from people and then retrieve it when you go. But no.
Now tell me that ain't a fact. You see how she told him she said, where's your cell phone? And try not to lie. Now watch this, y'all. Here go my phone right here. My phone right here. Come on, Saint Cigar. Man, everybody keep their phone with them, man. Motherfucker wake up early in the morning, go take a shit, all pissed with their phone. This facts. Motherfucker probably, if you a smoker, motherfucker grab them Joes, you hear me? With their lighter, they going to sit on the toilet and they got their phone. That's facts. Every morning. Motherfucker go on break, they in their phone. Motherfucker at work on their phone. Man, you could go to a motherfucking football game. Anything you do, man, motherfuckers keep their phone by them. Period. You telling me y'all begging this kid to get on a boat with y'all. Y'all leave and y'all got his phone? He didn't say, man, give me my phone, man. He didn't say, come on, dog. Come on, dog. How y'all begging this dude to get on the boat and he don't get on the boat, but yet his phone on the boat? Did he forget his phone was on the boat? Oh, man, you can't be that fucked up to the point where you ain't even like checking the time to see what time it is. Anything, man. Motherfuckers use their phone for a watch, everything. You telling me y'all begging this dude to get on the boat and y'all got his phone and he tell y'all he don't want to go with y'all and y'all leave and take his phone. Whew. Let's go.
Well, he let the boat leave with his phone. I agree with his mother on that. That is not Nolan Wells. He was never away from his phone.
So that doesn't mean anything in and of itself with what's coming out about this. You know, you're talking about him staying behind. You're talking about there's evidence that he was there after 4:30 p.m. If he's there after 4:30 p.m., Nolan Wells on that island hanging out with other people, that's it. The fact that a cell phone is on a boat and he's not as a teenager doesn't really mean anything at all.
Okay, you know what? I asked you about a mystery altercation, and should we be looking in that direction right now? And you're like going on and on about the cell phone.
No, but
everybody
that's
that
my
owns
point.
A cell phone, which is everyone, knows you never
Nancy,
leave
that's
without
my
your cell
point.
phone.
You have to look at what really happened. If there was this mystery altercation, then yes, the police need to be investigating that. They need to be looking into that.
Yeah, man. So that's my whole thing with that. And y'all heard what dude said? He like a teenager missing on the island ain't like it's like it's not a big deal. Bro, that's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. A teenager missing, you know what I'm saying, on a boat, bro, that's a big deal. You making it seem like him not having his phone, like you can't prove a case, bro. If he was the opposite color, that's how I'm gonna say it. If he was the opposite color, it wouldn't have went like that. There'd have been one answers, bro. They would have been like, man, nah, man, they'd have been tearing shit down, man. Ain't no way. Something ain't right. I'm just saying. That's just how they would have felt. But look, let me play this short video for y'all, just real quick, because I want y'all to see this. And this is This real shit. This is like a hold on. This is like a this dude who did like a little thing about Horn Island, but I want y'all to really like pay attention to like how big it's only gonna be like a minute video because I'm gonna take this right back down. But I want y'all to see like it's not like an island where you on one side. Now check me out. This is not an island where you're like you on one side and you walk like 30 steps, let's say 25, 30 steps, and then you see water on the other side. It's not that size type island, right? It ain't like a little small little. Check this out. Check this out. I gotta put y'all on this. Check this out.
The Mississippi Sound. All of the land that you can see to the north is the Mississippi Gulf Coast, except for that little bit of Alabama that you can see over to the west. To the south, you can see a series of islands that are running in a line from east to west. These are the barrier islands. The longest one you can see here is Horn Island. This is our destination. It'll be home for 8 days. We'll get there by taking a boat from Pascagoula, Mississippi, across the sound to our campsite on the island. Let's zoom in a little closer here and take a look at the island itself, where we'll be camping and some of the landmarks on Horn Island. As you can see, Horn Island is considerably longer east to west than it is north to south. I believe I was told that it's about 14 miles from east tip to west tip and no more than about 3/4 of a mile across at its widest point. That's quite a bit of acreage, so we're not going to spend time looking at all of it. I just want to...
So that's about 14 miles long and 3 miles across. Keep that in mind, man. This ain't no little small little island, man. Like this, you could hurt some people on this out there. You know what I mean? And be then stashed their body and then came back and moved it in water. All kind of different scenarios. This not like a small little island. You know what I mean? Check the diameters one more time.
Across at its widest point. That it's about 14 miles from east tip to west tip and no more than about 3/4 of a mile across at its widest point. That's quite a bit of acreage, so we're not going to spend time looking at all of it. I just want to hit certain points. First off, let's start with where we'll land and the site for our main camp. We'll land on the north shore over to the east, right here. Right here.
The point I'm about to make to y'all, do y'all see that little dot right there on the island? It's 14 miles long. 3.5 miles wide. And this little spot right here is where they're going to be. This little spot right here. This is a big island. It's not no small little island. This is a big island. So you have people that say they seen things or whatever that they probably ain't seen shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on. Am I tripping? It could be spots on this island. You could do something to somebody and nobody see shit. Like literally, nobody saw nothing. That's crazy, right? But it's the truth. You come on, man. Y'all gotta stay with me on this. Ain't no way when they say like all those boats, all those people, and bro, the size of this island, y'all could have went down the little coast a little bit and did what y'all did to Nolan and shit, then came back and tried to be social and start calling Coast Guards, and y'all had his phone. Who knows? It's gonna come out though. It's gonna most definitely come out though. But that's just the point. Like, damn, like that's Crazy. That's crazy, yo. I'm just saying, if you actually that's crazy for that to happen, for like them to say like as if like they're in this closed in little island, like you know what I mean, like because they say, oh, it's a lot of boats, there's a lot of people, there's no way, bro. That island big than the motherfucker, bro. That island is huge, 14 miles long, 3.5 miles wide. And you telling me motherfuckers see just what's going on everywhere on it? Man, stop it. Stop it. Come on, man. But look, though, we got to get into this, though. Man, we got to get into this. Willie D been cooking lately, man. Willie D. Shout out Willie D. Willie D been cooking. Check this out.
The woman who has been exposing all of those who might be involved in Nolan Wells's murder. Yeah, fam. Well, she's now having a life threat. Oh, ever since she drove around and showed all those cameras. They got cameras on buildings, cameras on businesses, cameras on homes, cameras on the docks, cameras everywhere. So basically, this woman right here, Just Bree, is saying that ain't no way they could not have footage. If that is a such thing as an investigation, it's impossible for them not to have footage of what happened to Nolan Wells. Impossible. It's impossible. She drove around Ocean Springs and she located several cameras all over the place. There's cameras everywhere, which a lot of us suspected in the first place. We said, man, there's cameras everywhere. Hell, even where you live at, you can't go anywhere without being watched. They got a camera everywhere. They're watching everything. So it's impossible to have all those cameras out there and nothing be recorded. Nothing. It's almost akin to police officers, 5-6 police officers pulling up and they end up killing somebody, but none of them had their body cams on. Think about what I just said. So she going hard. I mean, salute. In fact, let me give her the proper salute. Breathe. I ain't got no problem with that. Yeah, she putting in the work, man. She giving them that work. Yeah, she's Just Bree on TikTok. Now, I was on her TikTok page and I saw some disturbing messages that people were leaving. And these appear to be fans of hers. Now, they could be bots, because the bots are at work overtime. But it appears to be fans, but this is what they wrote. One person said, you need to be safe. Someone probably already reported you to the authorities. So please be careful. Now, why would she have to be careful? And why would she have to worry about being reported to the authorities if all she's doing is just trying to find out what happened to Nolan? Isn't that what the authorities want? Shouldn't the investigators be investigating? And shouldn't they welcome Bree's findings? Interesting comment. Moving on.
We're going to pause it right there just for a little minute. Willie D be cooking? He be cooking, I told y'all, but that's the truth. Why would she be worried about the authorities, when they should be actually like asking her like, yo, you need a job? You need a job? You know what I'm saying? I don't fill this out. Scribble your name right there, man. You on the case. Now, how you be looking this stuff up like this? Now, what if they looking at her like, we already know this because we're part of the program. You see, you got to look at it from both angles. You know, some angles ain't gonna seem as sweet as the next or sweet as the other. You feel me? We got to look at it from both angles. So what if they own the other side to the point where, yeah, that's why she should be worried? Huh. Let's get back into it, though.
Jackie said, you are doing an amazing job, but you just got to be careful because they can pay somebody to take you out. So please be careful. Justice for Nolan. Yeah, and they will. They will. They're very capable of doing that. They don't have any shame in doing it. And the thing about it is, there wouldn't be any true investigation to find out what happened to somebody if indeed they decided to go that way. That's why you can't say that, can't say it, but damn, I want to say it bad. Ooh, I want to say it. But look, fam, y'all can read between the lines. You know what you got to do, because we're on our own. We're out here on our own. All of this stuff about justice, these people don't care nothing about justice. They care nothing about justice. They want what they want. They use justice. They use the judicial system to punish others and protect themselves. Yeah. That's what's going on around here, man. That's what's happening. Dre lady said, please be safe. Mississippi don't care who you are. They like to keep their secrets. True story. True story. They do not care who you are. They like to keep their secrets. Well, unless they're at a party drunk out of their mind, bragging. They don't mind getting drunk and bragging, about how they circumvent the law. Yeah. So anybody, and I think most people understand this about Mississippi and, every damn state in the United States. Most people understand that if you are doing the right thing, if you're a righteous person, you'll probably come under attack. If you're a devil, you're evil, you're demonic. If you're wicked, you might get a pass, because the wicked people, the most wicked, are at the top of every industry. I do believe sometimes people go in with good intentions, but once they look around and they see how this game is really played, they see how rigged it is, they see good people, decent people, constantly under attack. Decent people, good people, being persecuted, prosecuted, demonized, ostracized. I think some people just say, you know what? I can't stop it. I can't beat them, so I may as well join them. I think a lot of people end up having that type of mentality. Quick story.
Exactly. Before he hit you with the story, that's an exactly moment. Because at the end of the day, he absolutely right. Everything he just said, bro, he absolutely right, man. Like, he ain't put no cap in nothing he said. That's the truth. Because Mississippi gonna keep their secrets, dog. The history of Mississippi is just the history of Mississippi, bro. And these boys that's being accused, it's not bad for them where they at. And anybody that spoke out, it's like maybe 1, 2 people, right? Just in general. And they ain't really causing no harm and they ain't about to do nothing. It's just in general, right? Because, they population rule it down there. And this the way they do it. Like, this Springfield, like that. Yeah. The attitude that's being brought forward is like as if one person was to say something, get out of line. Oh man, we can't even hang him, but we could make up something to say, like as if this is what happened. Oh, and that's not what happened. Like y'all been harassed in y'all town because y'all being accused of killing this kid and people think y'all killed that kid. Stop it. Y'all walk around that town like some rock stars. This is facts. That's why the dude with the beard had to recant what he said, because when he went to the gym, obviously Nolan Wells' dad is in good shape. The way he said, the way dude did what he did, I'm more than sure it didn't go nothing like that. I'm more than sure it didn't go nothing like what dude said on Tatum's show about he ain't gonna say nothing. I won't speak on the case no more. Dude told you, nigga, you say this what he told him. You say anything else negative towards my son about anything these motherfuckers out here now, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. That's what the fuck he told him at that fucking gym. That's what he really told him. He didn't tell that. The way he told that story on Officer Tape, if y'all want me to play it, I'll pull it up. But yeah, that's the way he told that story. Like, yeah, you know, because let me start off right here. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about the Nolan. I know you not. I know you not. Not if you don't want to have your motherfucking eye knotted. That man ain't come at you respectful on no humble shit, nigga, knowing you cut his boy hair and you saying what you saying on these motherfucking crackers. Woo! You saying what you saying on these people's shows? Them people ain't about to have that. Knowing nigga, this where you really from? When he told your ass outside that gym when he was working out, and he was ready to go. And the nigga that's in the gym, oh, for sure they ready to go. I don't know about y'all, but when I lift weights, I'm ready to go. I ain't lifting with happiness, nigga. Nah, I'm lifting this shit with pure motherfucking anger. Yeah, I ain't in the gym lifting this shit with happiness, nigga. I'm in this bitch lifting these weights not to beat somebody motherfucking ass. Straight up. I'm in this motherfucker. I'd rather wear myself out lifting this shit to take off stress from beating the fuck out somebody. How about that? I'm gonna put these motherfucking headphones on, get in my zone, I'm gonna do my thing. Don't fuck with me. I'm lifting to get the stress off my chest. The point I'm making. Dude got on his ass for the shit that he said up there at that motherfucking show. His daddy. You ran into the wrong black man on the wrong black night. Yeah. And he got on your ass. And you went on Tatum's show. Yeah, I'm going to still get that money. But what he expect me to say, I ain't going to say. You bet the fuck not. Because I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. If I see anything otherwise than that, I'm on your ass like swimwear. That's what he told him. Well, let's get back into this.
This is a story. This is a true story. There was a guy who worked at a company, fledgling company, right? This company was worth millions of dollars. He came in as an intern, and he was brown-eyed, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, right? Just coming in, happy to be part of the movement. He's excited. And, good worker, hard worker, right? Had that light in his eyes. And then he was working under some people who were not so, well, a guy who was not so decent, right? Just a bully. Over time, he got, bullied and bullied and bullied, even by his, a few other people that was in the company. He eventually rose into the ranks. He got on with permanent employment, got to the big bucks. And then he got himself an assistant. And you know what he did? The same thing that was done to him. He started bullying his assistant. I would have never thought that he would do that, but it makes sense. I wish I had Elliot Connie on the show right now, because he could tell me exactly what that is from a psychological standpoint. But it makes me think about how sometimes people are abused. And when you're growing up, if you're abused, you hate being abused. You don't understand why somebody would treat you the way that they treat you, right? And then, without even thinking about it, you wake up one day and now you're an abuser. You're doing the same thing to others that somebody did to you that you hated, but you're doing the same thing. And I think that is just a simple process of conditioning. It's like a Pavlov law, right? It's a process of conditioning. We are who we are by a process of conditioning. And that is the entire state of Mississippi. They are who they are by a process of conditioning. And there's never been any reason for them to really actually change, because over time they've rewarded bad behavior. See, if a person can get rewarded for bad behavior, what is the incentive for good behavior? If other people see a person being rewarded for bad behavior, what is the incentive for them to do well? Most people want to be rewarded. Most people want to be prosperous. Most people look for opportunity. So if they think, damn, well, I can be an a-hole and I can be disrespectful and I can be a crud person and still get paid, I can actually be revered. Hell, I can become the president of the United States. Why should I switch it up? I mean, it works for him. It looks like that's what the people want because that's what they're rewarding. So let me do what he's doing. And that's why you get a whole lot of these politicians who will switch it up. They'll go from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party, not because they had a change of heart, but because it was more advantageous for them personally. That's how it go. Well, what say you, fam? Drop a comment.
That's real shit. that's for him to say, man, yeah, man, it's a true story. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. That's real shit, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's just how it is. And that's the way they live in Mississippi. It's like ain't nobody gonna be able to break that. This is generations and generations and generations, dog. These kids are raised in this shit. Like, this just facts. They raised in it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like no average case that's going on down there right now. They don't give a fuck how big the spotlight is. Mississippi gonna be Mississippi. Period. Period, dog.
I was in the middle of running errands and needed a quick little lunch break.
That shit, though, at the end of the day, though, it's really hard for a lot of people to understand that shit. But you got to. You gotta hear it. You gotta understand it. You gotta embrace it. So we about to get into this now. Let's get into a little bit of the juicy, man. Y'all ready? Come on, man. Y'all get the likes up for me, man. Come on now. Y'all ready? Let's get into a little bit of the juicy, because we're gonna be pausing. We're gonna be deciphering. We about to break it the fuck down. You hear me? We about to break it down like a pound. Let's break it down like a pound. Let's go.
Obviously, before this happened, I would assume you're living a regular life. Young guys being in college, having a typical experience. Then you lose your friend.
I think ever since it happened, my life just hit like a hole. Like, even going out, we're always paranoid somebody's gonna see us, get spotted, try to beat us up potentially, or even worse.
You just met these young men more recently. And are you confident that these young men had nothing to do with it? We have Ed Pausick, Warren, Jax, and then we have Morgan here. And so I talked to Warren last time I do with it.
Now we're gonna pause.
We have Ed
Pausick. Know who it is.
Warren.
We got Warren, Jax, got Morgan. We got everybody. Look at their faces. This guy here look like a fucking joke. He in it for the money, literally. You can look at his whole persona and tell he in it for the money. Period. Only reason why he down here. We're gonna get into him later. Warren, Jax, Morgan. Look at these boys. Look at these boys, right? Look at their faces. He know he innocent. And he know this is his day of fame. That's why he got that smirk on his face and he just ready to talk. Right? You can look at him. He look, he just ready to talk. These boys' lives are somewhat on the line. Not all of them. I don't think Jax had nothing to do with nothing. And he, I think, was the one they had to convince the most to shut up. Morgan seemed like a pushover. Warren is a badass, but play victim to the public. I mean, real KKK badass, but try to play, play victim to the public. I'm just looking at you, judging you off your persona to see just what it is. And that's how I take it, off the dome. That's how I take it. It is what it is. That's how I feel. Let's go.
Jax, and then we have Morgan here. And so I talked to Warren last time I was here. We had a really deep conversation, and I'm glad that we were able to get other perspectives now that we have Ed here. Ed is a defamation attorney. And I want to start with you, Ed. Why did you choose to work with the boys? What is your plans? What do you expect to get out of working with them? What's your expectations when it comes to defamation?
Well, I think an injustice in one place is an injustice everywhere. I hate lying. I care about the truth, but most of all, it's the actual people who are involved here. So first of all, I just want to say Tyler Cox really welcomed me here. My co-counsel, he's an incredible human being and he's an incredible attorney. And then after that, I had an opportunity to meet these incredible young men. And I just got to say, these guys are unbelievable. Warren, Jackson, Morgan, they're just beautiful people. They're really decent human beings. They're just great people. And, that's why I'm here, because I want to help great people. And
no, I think you're here to get paid. not because they're good people. I think you're here to get paid. And you sounding like Trump. They're good humans, and I think they're good people, and I want to help good people. That's why I'm here. You're a defamation attorney, not criminal, not civil, not even family. Defamation. You're a lawsuit attorney. You looking to dig in somebody's pockets, and you telling me you sitting here by these boys right here? Come on, God. Come on, saints of God. You're a defamation attorney, man. You're built to put your hands in somebody's pockets, man. You telling me you ain't getting nothing out of these boys? You just here because they good people? Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get back into it.
this is a very sad situation, but it's also a very human situation, and it's a tragedy.
So you guys have, obviously before this happened, I would assume you're living a regular life, young guys being in college, having a typical experience. Then you lose your friend, Nolan. And after that, what has life been like for you guys?
Everyone keeps asking me how I do my podcast alone. The answer, Riverside. I get high quality podcast recordings right from my room. And I'm not even using expensive equipment. Watch this. Riverside turns my recording into social clips automatically. It even creates thumbnails and writes the description, so I can post it fast without getting overwhelmed. If you want to start a podcast, this is the only tool you need. Try it for free today.
I think like ever since it happened, my life just like hit like a hole. Like it just stopped. And I mean, we just got to live day by day from now on. I could say definitely a whole flip upside down for our lives. It's like even going out, we're always paranoid somebody's gonna see us, get spotted, try to beat us up potentially, or even worse. We're really just trying to stay low key and not go out as much or anything like that. Yeah.
It's been hard.
All right. Let's see how they going down the line. I just want y'all to man, come on, man. I just want y'all to peep this out. How they going down the line and everybody got their pity stories, right? Yeah, man, we pretty much we don't want to go out, scared we're gonna get beat up and just come on, man. It's scripted. Play victim. Tell these people like basically it's no questions he asking that's pertaining to nothing that's happened or where they was or the questions that's really in hand on Horn Island. This is all victim impact statements. Like literally, this is all victim impact statements, like as if they victims of being accused of killing their friend. And they're making it seem like, man, that's my brother. And man, stop it. What? It's crazy, bro. And it's just scripted because they're going down the line basically saying how they don't feel safe leaving and they getting a lot of death threats and all this and that. We're gonna break all of that down. But just notice right now, they've been just trying to move low key, right? That's what he said, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's been trying to move low key, yeah, man, just not trying to, let's go.
You just got to live day by day from now on.
I could say definitely a whole flip upside down for our lives. It's like even going out, we're always paranoid somebody's gonna see us, get spotted, try to beat us up potentially, or even worse. We're really just trying to stay low key and not go out as much or anything like that. Yeah.
It's been hard because my friends and our people. I mean, we like to be out and hang out outside of our friend group, and not being able to like go certain places or, walk around in public because our head's always on a swivel. It's really affected all of us. I mean, especially in like my family's standpoint, my safety comes first. My friends and family safety come first too. And it's been really hard because I'm worried about like my family as well with me, and it's hard, but we're just going day by day and just trying to get through every day.
Can you give me some examples of what has happened? Have you guys?
It's crazy the examples that they just gave. Watch this. Listen to me, crowd. Y'all listen to me when I say this. From what he just said, all three of them. Y'all know black people go through that every day. Not even being accused of nothing. We got to walk with our head on the swivel every day. We got to step out the door knowing that society against us every day. Every single day. When we step out our doors as black people, we know society against us. We got to try our best to fit in to prove society wrong. Or is you trying to prove the person you trying to move up with company that you more fit for this position, but yet you just don't have the right skin tone? At the end of the day, everything they feel they going through right now, black people go through that every day. And they're not even being accused of murder. They're just trying to get to work, go to the bank and get home. Go get some food and shit, go home. That's it. Let's go.
You guys have had things happen online, threats online. Have you guys have any examples of people accosting you or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we have had
countless death threats online. Been spotted. I'll let you elaborate more on that. Being spotted.
I mean, people have obviously just pointed us out. I mean, as a group and even on a one-on-one setting, I think it's really just like awkward because I don't want to talk about this, and I know my friends don't want to talk about this any more than we need to. You know, we're still mourning one of our best friends' death, and it's hard to speak about it when, you know, like sometimes we just need some alone time, or sometimes we just need to, you know, lay back and not be around all this. And I mean, I've been called out in public, and I haven't been in public that much. I know my friends have had.
You saying you need some, you're like your friends just like you all over the place. You all over the place. You saying like, oh, my friends, we just need some alone time and and we need to grieve Nolan and stuff like this. Like what? That's basically what you're saying. Like every time I like if I want to go out, I don't want to like be seen to where like people asking me questions about this and stop it. You know just where to go to where you feeling like a fucking rock star. Stop it, bro. All fucking three of y'all. Y'all probably got lit with this motherfucker sitting next to you last night before this interview with this motherfucker, and he probably was there too. And he seen where it was going and he left. This facts. Guaranteed, dog. All five of you motherfuckers in this picture right here. Tatum, you, Morgan, Jax, Warren, and this Carl Cox motherfucker right here. All y'all went drinking last night with a bunch of whole other motherfuckers, and y'all didn't get no death threats, none of that. Stop the motherfucking cap. Let's go.
Encounters in public. The threats have been insane from, you know, my stepmom and my dad, my mom, just everyone included, like even my brothers and my sisters. And it's just hard. I mean, it's unbelievable where like this has been taken to and the level where this is at.
When you say you've been called out in public, can you give me an example of like, what do you mean? People are threatening you with weapons? People are, you know, not allowing you, denying you service? Because I heard that Trayston, he went to a corner store and they told him his money is not good there. They wouldn't even let him buy Gatorade.
Yeah.
Are you experiencing things like that? Or
isn't Tristan the only black kid that I think he did an interview with Tristan, right? So you telling me in 2026, somebody get denied a soda somewhere saying that they money not good in this store. And no matter if this boy is innocent or guilty, the public don't stand up and close that store down. It's a made up story, bro. No matter if them boys are innocent or not, right? You better, man, you give him his Gatorade. Like, come on. I notice we'll boycott this bitch if you're not about to sell it. Nobody about to buy nothing up out of here. A false story.
Something totally different.
Right. I wouldn't say like that. I think I haven't been denied, you know, anything, but like Trayson, it's hard to hear from a good friend of mine.
You heard that? He said, well, I haven't been denied. You know why he said that? Because the internet will go find out what store denied them. And yeah, this is facts. Somebody will be in research who you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it'll come out. This is store. That was cap. Yeah, they'll find every single store and ask them. This facts. That sell Gatorade. What store it was? Say what store it was. Tell us the store. It's a made up story.
His money is not good there. They wouldn't even let him buy Gatorade.
Yeah.
Are you experiencing things like that or something totally different?
Right. I wouldn't say like that. I think.
You heard him, huh? I wouldn't say like that. Yeah, because he know he ain't about to lie, but he's going to tell a lie a little bit later. Just in a little bit. And guess who's going to check him on that? Jax. Jack's gonna be like, I ain't hear all of that, but this, you feel me? Yeah, let's get to it.
I haven't been denied, anything, but like Trayson, it's hard to hear from a good friend of mine that he's getting denied a Gatorade and a Red Bull before work and having to, like, he calls me, he's like, dude, you won't believe what just happened. He got called out at Walmart. Someone called him out at Walmart and was like asking him all these questions and trying to press him about it. And it's crazy to me. Like, we live in a very tight knit community, and for people to, push back and say these things when they know what Ocean Springs is like, it's really hard. And
you heard that? Look how dude, look, you see how he lift up and looked at him? Hold on. Y'all hear me, right? Y'all can hear me, right? Let's go. Y'all seen when he said that? How dude lift up and looked at him? Like, y'all know how Ocean Springs is. Y'all know how Ocean Springs is. And this is a tight-knit community, which means the same thing Willie D just said in the video I just played. They're a tight-knit community. They used to what they used to, and they're going to protect their own no matter what the world say. In our hearts, we may always feel like these boys is guilty and they know just what happened to Nolan, but I really doubt probably if they even get charged. The way Mississippi rock. It'll take some people like deep down, you know what I mean, in the that got some soul in them. I'm gonna say it like that. That's black. And they really like take this serious and they take control of it, or they speak out on it and say just what's going on behind the scenes. If that person do that, that's the end of their career. And they'll make sure they don't get hired nowhere in this world. I mean, like, no, you gotta definitely have some other shit going. But the person that was to be the whistleblower in that situation, they could turn straight to social media and make a killing and start any business that they wanted to start. Their story alone will go so viral. It'll be to the point where somebody from Mississippi finally stood up. You will have so many celebrities, so many activists that, man, they will, you'll be set for life. The person that'll do it will be set for life. If it come to that. I'm only speculating, y'all. But I want y'all to pay attention to how he set up when he said what he said about Ocean Springs being a tight-knit community, and they know how they do down there, which means these boys ain't stepping out with no tension on their chest. They know all of these threats coming from out of town. They celebrities. Let's get it.
I was like asking him all these questions and trying to press him about it. And it's crazy to me. Like, we live in a very tight knit community, and for people to, push back and say these things when they know what Ocean Springs is like, it's really hard. And I mean, I haven't had many personal encounters, but I know being around the guys and stuff like that, they have. So.
And Ed, as an attorney that's representing these boys, I mean, what does that make you feel like? Do you feel like you got a good case here, or what's your perspective in that? Because people are online, and obviously they know who you are. Obviously they know you represent.
You see, this is not no interview about if they're innocent. That's what I want y'all to pay attention to. See, Tatum a part of the program also. So this is about the defamation. And we ain't scared about what he about to say. Nigga, we ain't scared. Nobody online scared. Allegedly. We could put allegedly behind everything, man. Man, the freedom of speech. If I hurt your feelings, that don't mean that it's defamation. If I hurt your feelings, it just might be true. If I hurt your feelings and you trying to sue me for defamation, it just might be true. Think about it. You're a defamation lawyer sitting up here with these boys. That's and y'all trying to do this interview to intimidate the public. Stop it. Motherfuckers only gonna go harder. They're only gonna go harder. They're only gonna go harder now. Now all y'all seen. Even you, Mr. Lawyer, this is what you really wanted. Even you, Mr. Lawyer, this facts. Come on, y'all. Stick with me. Ain't no way.
Donald Trump in some pretty high-profile cases. And so now that you've joined, or at least now you work for the young men here, you hear them say things like they've been accosted, they've been, threatened online. Does that make your case a greater case, or how do you work within what's happening to these young men?
Well, unfortunately, I wish there was no case. I wish this hadn't happened. But unfortunately, because these things did happen, there is a case, and now there's multiple cases. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're out there and you lied about these guys, you lied about my guys, you lied about Tyler's guys here, if you lied about Morgan, if you lied about Jax, if you lied about Warren, we're going to get you. And you're going to be hauled into court. You're going to be held accountable. And it's going to be very painful. And what I would say to the people who have done that is, now's your chance. If you want to apologize and retract before you find yourself in court, you should probably do that now. Because if you don't,
boy, you ain't scared nobody. He trying to intimidate the internet, y'all. That's one battle you will not win, sir. That's one battle you will not win, sir. Everybody and their mama gonna have their opinion on the internet, man. You telling them people to redact what they said, and these boys still haven't been found really innocent yet. Unless the police came to y'all and told y'all this. That's why y'all set this up and got a defamation lawyer instead of a defense attorney. Let's think about it now. At the end of the day, you only came down here to get paid. You only came down here to get paid. So now you're trying to intimidate the public and seem like a tough guy because the defamation case, your biggest defamation case, is with Donald Trump. Because he know you want to stick your hands in somebody's pockets, like you sticking your hands in these guys' pockets. That's why you're talking about, you talk about my guys, and stop it. People gonna still give their opinions about what happened. I don't see you doing nothing but trying to literally intimidate the internet, and that's not gonna work, bro. Let's go.
don't do that, once you're in court, now you just can't leave. You won't be able to get out of it. And we're not going to name names because there's some other folks who are doing that, and we want to be better than that. And I want to emphasize this, right? We're not here to guess. We're not here to speculate. We're only going to deal in facts, right? And here's the most important thing, right? We don't know how Nolan Wells died. No one here is saying we know. But what we do know is Morgan, Jax, and Warren had nothing whatsoever to do with Nolan Wells' death. And that's what's important. And unfortunately, because there are people who want to divide a town and come in from the outside and tell people what to think and pit neighbor against neighbor, it compounds the tragedy.
You heard that? Since people from the outside want to come into like they little small congregation town, they went drinking last night. He heard the opinions of these real rednecks, and he's saying it really live right now. I'm telling y'all. He was drinking with their parents, their lawyers. He their lawyer. He just a defamation lawyer. But if it comes to a defense, they even telling him what to do. How you dress? You can't tell me they ain't go drinking the night before. Look how he dressed. Look at his eyes. He looked like he had a couple before they even did the show. Like, shit, I know just what I'm gonna say, man. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I do this shit, dude. Yeah, this facts. So he trying to show he could hold it together in front of them while also doing what the other attorneys told him to do. You're not scaring the public by saying you're going to just go out there and start suing a whole bunch of people thinking like motherfuckers got money. Fuck ain't got no money. You're going to be suing people who like Don Lemon, who Stephen A. Smith, who anybody that didn't gave their opinion about this, that's who you're going to be suing because that's just public opinion. You going to sue Nancy Grace? Who you going to sue? For defamation because it hurts your feelings. You only going to try to do that to somebody that got money. So you trying to tell the largest platforms that's covering this story to dim it down. And that's not going to happen. They only going to turn up even more so because that's going to make them feel like they really guilty now. You ever thought of that? They probably getting on your ass after this interview. Let's go. And look, this is another thing. Tatum, he most definitely didn't air it, like unedit this. Like it's a whole bunch of other shit that was being said in between that he edited out. Guaranteed. He edited out and put what he needed to put in. Shout out to you, Officer Tatum, because you're kind of exposing this whole shit. Even though you're a part of the program, we appreciate you. We really do. Man, we do. When it comes to this, keep doing just this. At this point, Tatum, just keep doing what you do. Yeah, just keep doing what you do. Because I guarantee you this, Officer Tatum, you're not going to give them your YouTube check that's coming on the 21st. I bet you won't donate that to their cause, but you feel they innocent. Hell no. This your payday. This your pay month. I'm going to say it like that. This your pay month. You definitely got a 6-7 figure check coming. For sure. On the 21st. Let's get it.
Tragedy. It magnifies the tragedy. And I just want to say this. Here's why it's an even bigger tragedy. Because my friends here, Morgan, Jax, and Warren, these guys are not just the finest that Ocean Springs has to offer, finest that Mississippi has to offer. These are the finest young men that America has to offer. You know, really great people. And Tyler actually taught me good Ocean Springs people. That was one of the first things I heard when I got here. So
yeah, he's still lit from last night, y'all. That nigga said Tyler taught him good Ocean Springs people. Oh my God. Yeah, he's still lit from last night, y'all. Trying his best to sound professional and sit straight. This motherfucker said Tyler taught him good Ocean Springs people. Oh my God. Not introduced him. Taught him. I can't make this shit up. Let's go. Hold on, we're gonna run that back right quick. Let's go.
Tyler actually taught me good Ocean Springs people. That was one of the first things I heard when I got here. So I'll just say that they're good Ocean Springs people.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you're enjoying this incredible interview. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and also join our membership program. Let's get back to the interview. And how confident are you? Because you just met these young men more recently. And are you confident that these young men had nothing to do with it?
Confidence not a strong enough word. In fact, beyond a reasonable doubt is not strong enough. There's a 0% chance that they did anything wrong. So this is not 90%. It's not 99%. It's not 99.9999. There's no decimals. There's no.
Yeah. He lit from last night. Yeah, he still lit from last night. For sure. He's still lit from last night. You're not even a defense attorney, homie. This real shit. Now watch this. You're a defamation attorney. You're not a defense lawyer. How the fuck you know they're innocent? How the fuck do you know? You calling it out because you know Mississippi gonna stick to the Mississippi rules now. You can be confident when you know what the outcome is gonna already be. I hope that quote come bite you in the ass, little nigga. Well, little cracker. I hope that quote come bite you in the ass, little cracker. Because at the end of the day, Tatum was told to answer this question for the defense lawyers that's not speaking out. By you being a defamation, you trying to show them like, oh, we confident, we got our timeline together and do. While all these boys sitting right here looking nervous. Every last one of them right here, they look nervous than the motherfucker. Like they depending on you to say the right things, and you lit from last night by saying, "Oh, is they innocent?" Oh, that'd be understatement. Beyond a reasonable doubt, to be understatement. 9.99999.999 any decimal. Look how deep you trying to prove something that you know nothing about. You really don't know if they're innocent or not. You just got to make your bread while you can off of them because this is a big story. Let's be real, y'all. But yet you gonna say other people got their hands in the pot, in the pocket, and all this. It's really you. You're really talking about yourself. Sometimes when you speak out loud, you speak self towards others when you're trying to convince. When you're trying to convince, you speak yourself, your true self, amongst others. You sound like you don't really know just what's going on with the defense team as far as if them boys was to get charged. That's first off. Second off, you lit from last night. Let's get that out the way. Yeah, that's second. Yeah, you lit from last. That should have been number one, but yeah, let's get that second. You lit from last night because y'all definitely was drinking this shit. You had too fucking many. Because as a lawyer, you're not in no courtroom, but yet you get into these specifics of what you're saying, and it don't make sense because they still haven't been proven innocent. Nobody has been proven innocent because nobody's been charged. So they feel like we're going to keep riding this needle until some extra come out. And every day, some extra keep coming out. They're looking at you all with the shit face because they know they depending on you to say the right thing because they really don't know. It's your turn to coach them while y'all in front of these cameras. That's how I know Officer Tatum edited a lot of stuff out of here because it's a lot of stuff he said that he took out. I think that was really chill. It was him. And Officer Tatum probably told their parents, like, yeah, brother, I need to, whoever y'all gonna sue him and get the fuck up out of here. Get him up out of here. Because he digging in their pockets. Let's go.
So this is not 90%. It's not 99%. It's not 99.9999. There's no decimals. There's no anything. It's 100%. 100.000%. Nothing. They did nothing wrong. And that's the problem for our opponents here who have ruined their lives, dragged them through the mud, and attacked them. You don't get to lie. We have a First Amendment. We love our First Amendment, but you don't get to lie and hurt people. You want to lie and it doesn't hurt people? Fine. You lie and you hurt people. That's why we have defamation. And that's what this is about. So I just want to emphasize this in the strongest possible terms. Zero wrongdoing. Completely innocent. Totally innocent. And categorically innocent.
I can guarantee you they talking about suing Ben Crump now. I can guarantee they're talking about suing probably Nolan Mama and Ben Crump now. This facts. I can guarantee you when he's saying, oh, you can recant with shit. It's all about Nolan Mama and his daddy and Ben Crump and their team. Guaranteed.
And you guys have had experiences with either people threatening you online. I know that, Warren, we talked about this before, and we talked a little, or at least spoke a little bit about when you go out, you guys are getting accosted by people. Can you give us an example of, or at least tell the audience an example of an incident where you guys may have been accosted? Or what does that look like when you go out? People threaten you with weapons, or people trying to physically harm you, or people having to be restrained? What kind of engagement is happening when you guys go out?
We went to a restaurant, a couple of buddies of mine, and when we were, I wouldn't say threatening with weapons or anything, but I felt, and I know my friends felt, threat for our lives. I mean, I don't think there was like a fear factor, but at the same time, like it's awkward in public, like I stated, like when we have to talk about these things. But we went to a restaurant and someone came up to me and was like, "Is this you?" And I was kind of like shaken up about it. Well, at first she asked like my name and like all these questions, and I was like, okay, whatever, she's just coming up to talk. Well, then she came up to me again and showed me our first interview and was like, "Are you sure this isn't you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's me, like obviously." And she kind of just, I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Yeah, we're leaving, like close everything out, like we're going." And I left, and there was an altercation after I left with some of my buddies that weren't involved in this at all. And they told my friends that they were going to kill them and they wanted to fight and all this like crazy stuff. I mean, I wasn't there, but my friends told me this, that what the people were saying to them was like totally just crazy. Like, I mean, there was people like that were, outside of this telling us like, "Hey, you need to leave before something happens, because I know what could go down right now. And like, I know that these people are crazy." So, I mean, we all felt, we were kind of shaken up about that. It was weird because it was our first encounter as a group. And I think it's also.
Where y'all was at, first off, and I thought y'all was trying to stay low key. Y'all went out as a crew. And I thought y'all was, I thought y'all was trying to stay low key, off the radar. It's like y'all started it off, right? Staying in the house, not going out. All of a sudden, more and more stuff starts coming out. Y'all outside appearances ain't been just what they was. So now, when you go out, you got people asking questions like, "Yo, ain't that you?" No matter where y'all go. Y'all may have tried to see just how far y'all can go to see who know y'all. I wouldn't be surprised all the in-town home spots like letting y'all eat for free and shit. Let's go.
So like just crazy that people will like look at you in the eye and tell you they'll kill you because they believe you killed your best friend and you have nothing to do with it.
And Morgan and Jax, were you guys there?
Yes, we were there.
I was there.
I didn't hear the part where they said they were going to kill him and stuff, but I did hear whenever she came up to him.
You heard that? Yeah. I think I got it backwards. Jax, correct, Warren. Because Jax seemed a little bit honorable because, like I said, he seemed like the one that saw everything that happened, but he just got to, he got to stick to the code to stay a part of the program. I think that's what it is. So when he's saying, I remember a girl coming up, and I don't remember nothing about that "I'm going to kill you" shit they talking about. I don't remember none of that. But what I do remember is she asking questions about our IG and stuff like that. Probably was trying to give y'all some flavor. Get back into it.
Originally, she was like, "Hey, you have like TikTok or anything like that? Your face looks really familiar." And he was like, "No, I don't have TikTok, anything like that." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And then walked off and then came back with, like you said, the first interview on her phone.
and showing him. She's like, so this isn't you. Either you have a doppelganger or this is you. And he was like, well, yeah, that's me. And then we got the check and we bounced and we were waiting outside for everybody else to get out of there. And while we're waiting outside is whenever some of our other buddies that aren't even on social media that we were just there with was getting told that other people are going to kill them and all that kind of stuff.
So how did they make you guys feel when did you think they were serious? Did you think it was just people trying to make a name for themselves by confronting you in front of others? Like, what was your take on that, Morgan?
I think it was just like, I was in the general area of where one of our buddies was, where this altercation happened. And I actually got into a conversation with a fellow next to me that wasn't even involved. And he told me straight up, he was like, if I was y'all right now, I would leave before y'all get hurt. Y'all need to leave right now. I'm just watching out for y'all and making sure y'all are safe. And I mean, I wouldn't say that those people would have physically done something in that moment, but I think they were playing like almost like a mental game, like just to get into your head and just almost like make yourself like just think these things that obviously are not true.
If you can go back to
those people, huh? Y'all know who those people was. Y'all know who they were.
Very beginning of this, how do you think this should have played out? Because I always question in my mind that when I go back, I look at what happened, I look at the initial stories with Nolan, and you guys knew him, right? I didn't know him. I know none of you guys. I just had a chance to meet you guys more recently. But how do you think this should have gone if you could control the environment? Nolan is found deceased. How do you guys think that this should have been put out to the world?
So first off, I wish that none of this would ever happen. I wish Nolan could still be here with us today. And I wish that, like I said, none of this would ever happen. Like I wish that all this could be erased and Nolan could be here tomorrow. I mean, that's more than anything. But other than that, I feel like his mom blasting us on social media from the get-go, saying that he was out there with Warren and another guy. That's where it first started to take off. And then also the fact that she posted a picture of me and Morgan and another guy and Nolan on the boat together, blasting that out there, pushing this narrative kind of, I guess. I wish that would have never happened either. And I don't think those would have never happened.
Who was another guy? Me, I posting the picture of me, Nolan, and another guy. He did that twice. I think both those incidents he talking about Bart. Let's go.
That's where it first started to take off. And then also the fact that she posted a picture of me and Morgan and another guy and Nolan on the boat together, blasting that out there, pushing this narrative kind of, I guess. I wish that would have never happened either. And I don't think those would have never happened. A lot of this stuff wouldn't have been as viral or gone all over the country at this point. I mean, this is a countrywide news story that is just blown out of proportion. And the fact that it was our best friend and it's not what people are saying it is what hurts the most. I mean, that was our brother. I mean, straight up. That's what I told his dad the night that he came over to my house. He was like, blah, blah, saying something. I was like, dude, that was my brother. Like, and you know that. He knows that. We were picking him up every single day. He never drove. I can't tell you how many times I pulled up in his driveway and picked him up. And it wasn't him asking. It was just because that's what we did. We just picked up Nolan all the time. That's how we, came about to all the stuff that we were going to. We'd go and pick him up. That's how much we like to be around him. We would do stuff like that all the time,
Well, first off, like I wish we would have never, like, I think about this every day. Like, I wish we would have never went out on the 4th of July because I know this wouldn't have happened. Nolan wouldn't be gone. And it's really hard to think about because it's like, I wish I would have done this different or I wish I would have done that different because now one of my brothers wanted to like passed away. But I think from the beginning, I'm glad that I called the Coast Guard, and I'm glad that we came together as a group, even from the first day when people started texting us things, saying, crazy things. But I wish it wouldn't have been reported as some type of race thing. I think it's really bad that like people are pushing the narrative, oh, this is a race thing. Well, obviously it's not. I mean, this is like a brother to us. I mean,
Right. Behind a girl. It wasn't about race. It was behind a girl. Let's go.
Nolan's no different than anyone else in our group. And I just wish this wasn't pushed on the media as, oh, this is a bunch of white guys that killed a black guy, or this is, for like in the beginning it was like 4 guys went to a stranded island and dumped Nolan at the island and just left him there. Like even from the beginning, it was just like this thing and no one had facts and they were just pushing this horrible narrative, all lies about everyone. And it's sick. So I wish that would have been completely different. I'm glad I called the Coast Guard. I'm glad I made the first contact within all of this. I'm glad I was the first one that called Christine Wells that night and told her that we haven't heard from her son. And I'm glad that I did all of that, but I hate the way this has been perceived by the media and portrayed. This has like been absolutely horrible with the way and the things that they've said to us and done. But
for you to put out the example of the ways of your innocence, of what you did to cover your tracks during the incident, is pretty fucking insane. I'm gonna say that again. For you to explain every step you took to make your alibi knit tight perfect, the way you saw it in your mind, the way you came up with it, the way you had help with how y'all came together and y'all did it like this, right? For you to explain that. But Tatum don't ask no questions about the timeline, who he had an altercation with, none of the juicy good stuff that's really important to this investigation. This is just literally a victim impact story. But for you to say that further feels like, to me, you're guilty. You're guilty, man.
I hadn't heard from her son. And I'm glad that I did all of that, but I hate the way this has been perceived by the media and portrayed. This has like been absolutely horrible with the way and the things that they've said to us and done. But other than that, I mean, there's not much I would change from my point of view and my friend's point of view. I think we did everything right, and I know we did nothing wrong.
I also want to say, I think it's so criminal that they took something so anti-racist and flipped it into something super racist. Like they took, this is the definition of anti-racism. I mean, that we did not look at Nolan any different than I looked at him, or even you. This is literally our brother. I mean, like we stated, we did not treat him any different. We didn't treat Trayson any different. We don't treat Trayson any different. And they just flipped it. And I just think that is so wild that they're pushing this thing that they're saying, oh, they want to end racism and all this stuff. Well, they're the one pushing it. They're pushing the racism. And I just think that's kind of crazy.
Morgan, what's your thoughts on this? How does it affect you?
First I want to say, wish this would have never happened. I wish Nolan would still be here with us today. And, but in my opinion, I think that the media, they shouldn't have pushed a narrative from so early. I think that they should have let the local officials do their job, let them release statements. And then, the media is obviously going to see that and then do whatever they do. But that's what trust the local officials.
Ed, with what has transpired, how does that dictate your response? Because you have a 30,000 foot view of all of this stuff, right? You see the way that it could have went, and you see that there's people that instigated the narrative that's out there now. And as a defamation attorney, how does this navigate your tactics?
Sure. And I want to be clear about something. Tonight, I'm not going to give any particular person any more oxygen than they may have already sucked up. But I will say this. What's been said about Morgan, Jax, and Warren, I'm not going to call them untruths or half-truths or falsehoods. I'm going to call it what it is, lies. So the first thing that's really important here is we're dealing with lies and liars. We're dealing with profiteers. We're dealing with hustlers. And one thing that I've seen since I got here is that
he basically telling you who he is. he giving you a description really of himself. Stop watching the other side when you really in these boys' pockets, man. Come on, you doing the same shit. Not to say it like that, but you is doing the same shit. You profiting off of this. You ain't leave your family, your girlfriend, or your little mistress or whatever to come down here and do this shit and not get paid. Let's be real. Let's go.
Ocean Springs, Mississippi is a really beautiful place. And the region is very beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places in the country. And there is just no question. The death of Nolan Wells is a horrendous tragedy. But for the tragedy to then be magnified after his death for no reason other than profit is a disgrace, or what we would call a shanda.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no motherfucking way, man. Y'all gotta hear this, bro.
And I had the opportunity to go to Horn Island today with Tyler and Warren and Jax. And a lot of people who have been sucking up way more oxygen than they're entitled to have not been to the island. I'm willing to bet that a lot of the hustlers and profiteers and liars have not been to that island. And you have to go to that island. And being at the island today was revelatory. It was really illuminating. It's a very dynamic marine environment, first of all.
Yeah,
but when you go
that thing got lit. You went out there and got lit. Talking about it's a very dynamic island. It's a very beautiful place. Man, you went out there and got lit, bro. We see it in you. We hear it in you. Let's go.
Go to the island, you see instantly that what some people want to be true, what they wish to be true, they're trying to wish it to be true. They're trying to make it true through their lies. It's actually not possible. It is a very, very long and narrow barrier island. It's basically very low sand dunes. And in the particular part of the island that we're dealing with, there are no trees. It's hardly any foliage, hardly any tree cover, hardly any plants, and it's wide open. And on July 4th, there were thousands of people there. There is no possible way.
Wouldn't that be the place that they said it was at? The place with no trees and no cover. And wouldn't that be the place they said it was at? I'm just saying, like, to make it sound sweet. And you saying it ain't no way that they could murder somebody in front of thousands of people with thousands of boats, making this island imaginatively seem small. But we know that this island is 14 miles long. People camp on this island, man. 14 miles long. 3.5 miles wide. That's why I played that video for y'all earlier, because he trying to paint the picture like they was just in this small spot. Bro, the island's so big, they probably was going from the east end to the west end of the island, man. It's 4th of July. They mingling, man. You come on, dog. Let's go.
That anybody could have committed a murder in broad daylight on a barren, windswept island that is narrow and was just swamped with people that day in broad daylight. It's just not possible given the natural environment there. And that leads me to the next point, which is this. Once you know what the timeline is, when you combine the timeline with the actual dynamics of the island itself, all of the lies completely unravel because it isn't possible. And here's why. Morgan, Warren, and Jax left the island at about 4:30 p.m. That's it. They were gone. That is not open for debate. So that's a fact. They were gone. And at that time, Nolan Wells was still alive. Now, I'm not going to name them out of respect for their privacy, but just as one example, there are two very fine, upstanding members of the Ocean Springs community who saw Nolan Wells at about 10 minutes to 6.
All of a sudden, 10 minutes to 6 p.m., they could see Nolan Wells alive. Stop it. Because somebody came forward and sent a text message saying, off of what Officer Tatum said, because he know. Tatum know. Y'all needed this big rebuttal. He know it. He know it. And it's exactly.
This is what you would want to convey.
Bullshit. That's exactly just what they needed. Get into part 2. We got to. No breaks, no commercials, no none of that. We getting right into it. Let's go. We getting right into it. Check this shit.
About the pool party, because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies. And now, the audio comes back, and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming, we're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie.
If you just murdered your best friend on an island, the dumbest thing you could do would be to call the Coast Guard.
What is your thoughts on that phone call to Cito? Some people have gone out and done enhancements to the audio, and in doing that, created a transcript manually. It doesn't appear that the transcript was derived from an automated system or have any, in my opinion, real integrity with it. What are your thoughts, first, you guys, on the audio, and then I'll get to you, Ed, on how could that be a defamatory area the way it was produced? So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito.
You saying Wyatt's on the phone with Cito, right? If the video timing of this is correct, this real shit. If the video timing of this is absolutely correct, Nolan body is on the boat that's videotaping y'all on the other boat. Y'all already moved his body and y'all all separated. It seemed like it's orchestrated. 4th of July, ain't nobody that spread it out. Nobody drinking. Nobody everybody got something to do to keep the boat from sinking. Stop it. And I think the little chick right here, let me show y'all. The little chick right here, let me show y'all because they showed the video. All right.
Posted that clip of.
Hold on, I'm gonna let it go back.
All of us on the boat, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there.
Right there, pause. This little chick right here, to me, y'all, only to me, she know what's going on and she ain't even want to be seen. In the little video that she know that they putting on the prompt for because of what just happened. She don't even want to be seen in this video. Whoever this girl is right here, she may be the one to tell everybody the truth. She may be the whistleblower as far as just what really happened. Because this just seemed too scripted. You got all of them on the boat. They all separated, like, you know, to the point where you gotta like stretch the camera out throughout the whole boat. You got the little chicks, they just sitting there, right? Like she behind him. It seems like she's really behind him not to be seen by that camera. A girl got her head down, like, I'ma just, you know, woo, woo, woo. Like she not really trying to be seen by that camera. Also, I'ma just lean down, act like I'm doing something. She could be cleaning up evidence of what just happened really to Nolan. Who knows? Right? Who knows? And they all on the boat and they spread it out the way they spread it out. And they did this to make it obvious that Wyatt was on the phone with Cito. Now, if he on his phone with Cito, right? Whatever happened to Nolan, it happened on that boat. Y'all moved his body to the other boat, so when Cito came, they didn't see nobody in that boat because he wasn't in there no more. He wasn't in that boat no more. He was in another boat. The boat that's probably filming y'all, Nolan body probably in that boat.
Sitting in the water. Wyatt's on the phone with Cito.
And y'all wanted to make sure you caught Wyatt sitting down like he driving the boat that's not moving on the phone with Cito. It's too scripted. He acting like he over here doing something. He just sitting there with his shades on, with his hand over the thing, like, ain't nobody waving at the video. Like, even if you going down, it's the 4th of July. Somebody's still partying, like, woo, like, and nobody, like, everybody just so nervous. Like, stop it. It looks scripted. Because it is. If it looks scripted and it smells like it's been scripted, God damn it, it's scripted. Let's go.
Not rolling, but right there sitting in the water. Wyatt's on the phone with Cito in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something? Or scrambling around, or everybody in a pot, like in a small space on the boat looking at him or something. I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody?
Y'all had already moved his body. That's why y'all did it. That's why you saying what you're saying. You had already moved his body. That's why y'all started calling Cito and doing all of that. Y'all had somebody to come, you know, and y'all moved his body. Yeah, it is what it is. Once the boat was pulling up, that's when he went to getting on hold with Cito. When he seen them in the distance coming up, because he knew that that's where y'all was about to move his body. Yeah.
Body. And then another following up on that is, why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done a murder. I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up, especially out there with that many people.
Now tell me that ain't a hell of a rebuttal right there for just what I just said. You said all of that to prove why would we call it Coast Guard? Coast Guards never really came out. Why would we call Cito? Well, when Cito came out, it took them a minute to get there, and y'all took a video from a whole nother boat. That it wasn't no video from somebody that was on the boat with y'all. It was a video from somebody on a whole nother boat across from y'all. And the question is, why would they be recording y'all when y'all waiting on the tow? And why is everybody so spread it out and it look orchestrated? And then only one person holding one cell phone and nobody else on their phones or taking no pictures, or just everybody just panicking because they think they're about to be sinking under the sea with all of these boats out there? Let's go.
Why aren't we in jail yet? I mean, we're not geniuses. There's no way we could have done a murder. I mean, there's no way we could have covered it up, especially out there with that many people. Go ahead.
I think, especially about the Cito call, I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. I think half these people, or not half these people, but some of these people you can't convince, regardless. They're going to believe what they want to believe. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something to do with Nolan dying, then they're going to believe that regardless of what you put out. But you put out, Brandon, that a clip of the boat when Wyatt was on the phone with Cito, and it is boldly clear that Nolan was not on the boat with us. You can literally almost see down to the deck. And as you can see in that picture, everybody is completely casual while Wyatt's on the phone with Cito. Yeah, we were scrambling around trying to get the boat fixed, but the guys were, in the video, you can see me, I'm sitting on the bow. If there was someone dying on the boat, why would everybody just be sitting there waiting to either get towed in or in the first place, like Jack said, why would Wyatt call Cito? It's crazy. The reason we turned down Coast Guard is why would we call Coast Guard if Cito could pull us in? But we fixed the boat and we ran into Fort Bayou, and that's it. The Cito call was.
You say you called the Coast Guard and you called Cito, and then you say, why would we call and why would we let Coast Guards come when Cito could just pull us in? Y'all was panicking. And when you was like, yeah, just dump his body, bro, we'll call the Coast Guards, and they're like, yeah, that's good. Like, well, no, like, don't do it. Like, it was a whole bunch of let's figure it out moments going on. This is what's going on. That's why this video is recorded of y'all all spread it out on that boat, and that girl who's sitting behind. I think you, Warren, because you the one pulling in that rope. The girl sitting behind you, Warren, she don't even want to be seen because she know just what the fuck y'all really doing and what y'all done did. Let's go.
Completely enhanced, and these people just want to believe what they want to hear, and that's exactly what they're doing. So it's just crazy to me that people have tried to twist this and twist the audio. When we came out with the first interview, it debunked half these lies, and now you don't hear about any of it. You don't hear about the pool party because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies, and now the audio comes back, and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming. We're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie. And it's another lie to push this narrative that people don't want to turn down. It's insane to me.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you're in.
Because at the end of the day, this is the same interview that everybody been, same audio everybody got. No, I don't know, man. Nancy Grace had other people do it. So if they know the audio on point, they're just trying to figure out what happened to the point of the audio. They on y'all ass, bro. It's no more lying. And that video call, Tatum answering and asking that, how tense all y'all got and how tight all y'all asses got when that question was asked proves me right. Y'all know what happened. Y'all just not saying what happened. All y'all assholes got tight when he asked about that audio call. There's no way of explaining it. You can say, oh yeah, it's audio enhanced and what you think you're hearing, you're not hearing, and they can make it seem like you know what you're hearing. Stop it. But as long as you can draw speculation, you can rule something out. It's not concrete. It's not concrete. But it's more than enough to say it's foul play.
There, in your opinion, that are naysayers, I want to give you, a 30-second opportunity to say what you would want to say to people regarding what you're saying are lies that have been told about you. And I could start here and we'll go all the way down to, and we'll end with you, Ed. But Morgan, if you had an opportunity to have this projected to everybody in the United States of America, many people who have made statements about you and about what occurred that day.
I started my podcast with zero tech skills.
what would you say to them? Like just a 30-second, this is what you would want to convey.
I mean, first I would say that, I mean, it's proven in evidence that they're all lies. I think that most of these people are just going to, I say most of these people, a lot of these people that have posted stuff out there, they've just been lies backed by no evidence. And if I had one thing to say to them, I'd say do your research before you go out saying something that's not true, that could hurt someone. Just do your research. I mean, it's easy. All you have to do is just scroll like they do all day long and find the evidence that's right in front of their face. And I mean, it'll prove its own facts.
I could say I would want to add on to that, do the proper research. Sort through all the lies. I mean, and a lot of these stuff, like you can just tell straight off the bat it's lies. And for one, it's defaming us. And for two, it makes you look like a dummy. I mean, like you're just saying stuff, just pulling it out of who knows where. And you just look like an idiot on your phone, making this TikTok or whatever. Do your research, man. Like if you can't simply do that, don't get on your phone and start making a video.
It's just kind of concerned me with like how people have the time of day to just make up complete lies out of something that they have no evidence of and to post on social media to put other people down. It's insane to me, like how like just people push this and, you know, want to make this a story that it's absolutely not. I don't know what happened to Nolan. My friends don't know what happened to Nolan.
It's all for defamation.
But for people to come around and say, oh, this happened for a fact, and I know this, and there's no telling me otherwise, then that's just stupid. You have no, like half these people that are saying all these crazy things on the internet, those lies have already been debunked. There's evidence supporting this is a lie. Like, why are you still saying this? These people just have no idea what they're talking about. And it's very clear because a lot of these people just speak without thinking and post stuff without thinking. But at the end of the day, it just looks really stupid on their page and whatever they're posting on. But it's just sad. Like people really take the time out of their day to post a bunch of BS lies on a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds who have never done anything to hurt anyone and, loved their friend. Like I love that man more than anybody. And like, so did all of my friends. And it's absolutely horrible that these people want to come on and push this narrative that we had something to do with this or we killed our best friend. It's just sick to me, Brandon. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, this might be too long, but I have a few things I need to add. First of all, with respect to Warren, if you just murdered your best friend on an island, the dumbest thing you could do would be to call the Coast Guard, to call a federal law enforcement agency and tell them, hey, can you guys...
And they didn't come. Let's skip this bullshit. And they didn't even come, gang.
All of their actions are the actions of innocent men, not guilty men. And again, they're categorically, completely, and totally innocent. All right? But that's not the end of it. I'll say this again. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. If you lied, you won't be able to hide. And you're going to be held accountable. And if you lied about these fine young men, these good Ocean Springs people, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be sued. I tell you, there are going to be lawsuits because we have already identified some of the worst offenders. And it may have felt good for them in the moment.
Yeah, man, it's all about defamation, man. Hell no, man. I'm not about to help y'all cause, dog. That's all that's really about. That wasn't really like no interview, man. They just, man, we ain't learned shit. It's all about defamation, man. Stick it in this bitch, man. I'm about to get up out of here, though, y'all, man. Please, please, please hit the like button on your way out the building, man. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Shut a live. I love y'all, man. I love everybody that came through tonight and showed me some love, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. But like I said, that's just basically a defamation interview, y'all. It's all about defamation. That dude talking about, yeah, they 100% innocent and all this, man. Look, that was defamation. And he ain't no goddamn defense attorney. So he wouldn't goddamn know. He don't know. He don't even study that type of law. The law he studied is to put his hands in somebody's pockets. Scullyville, man. Political sports, man. We out.
Yo, it's the deal, man. Welcome to Scullyville. You heard?
1, 2, 3, go!
Man, we're gonna address all the smoke.